All right, what's up, y'all? This is my little toy box. I'm gonna give you a little tour around what I have acquired over the years. And this is how I make a lot of noise. Hopefully not noise, but so this is kind of where it all starts. That is my custom Scott Walker built 5-string electric octave mandolin. I've gone through a few of these, but this is the first one he built for me. He's got a couple more coming out, so I'm super stoked about that. It's a little hard to find parts for those things, so a lot of it's like guitar stuff that we just shrunk down and stuck in a mandolin-sized body. But that's kind of like where it all happens. It's got 2 Lindy Fairlane pickups in it. It's got a bridge setup that does all the MIDI stuff that goes into that. I could tell you about that later, but that's basically kind of the first thing in the chain. And that all goes into kind of like a multi-effects processor. My basic stage rig is this 2-rock custom reverb. I got turned on to these guys by Keeley, who used to work up there, and like these guys know all about amps. And this thing I've had for a long time. It's a 2-channel, basically like pretty low wattage, 2-channel, pretty clean amp. And that basically drives into this Bogner 212 cabinet. It's really simple. It's like got 2 Celestion G65s in it, I think. 2 12-inch cabinets. And then out of the back of that goes into effects loop. And the effects loop goes into this stereo unit, which they don't make anymore, but TC Electronics made a really nice like multi-effects stereo processor a while ago. I still have it. We've had that probably for 15 years. So they don't make those anymore, but they're pretty killer. And then a while ago, we found out about these guys, Ground Control. They kind of make like all the foot switching stuff that gives you loop selector, like guitar selectors. Through that, I could switch on my fiddle or my guitar into the system as well. And I don't know if they make those anymore, but those things have worked great. But it's just like kind of a MIDI controlled loop selector. The effects, the TC gets driven out of the effects loop of this and then goes into this GT groove tubes, which I don't even know if they're around anymore at all either. That's just like a really clean, like 2-channel stereo power amp. You could probably power a killer set of speakers too for your home stereo through that thing. And that runs these 2 cabinets. So I have like basically a clean channel, goes down the center, and then a stereo effects loop that goes through there. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of that. So the instrument goes into this thing that I can't remember who turned us on to these things, but it's like it's an impedance kind of switcher made by like, it's called the Little Black Box or the SSBB or something like that. And that goes into, that's the first thing in the chain. It kind of matches the impedance of the pickups and kind of cleans it all up. This thing goes into the black box first chain, goes out of there, goes into the volume switch. So this is the master volume. So basically, into a wah, which is everybody's got to do that. And then this compressor we've had for a long time, dude, is just like kind of a little bit of a signal boost. Kind of switches it up a little bit. Not much gain, but a little bit comes out of that. And so this is just a bunch of toys that I've kind of gotten, but like running down the line, like this is just a clean boost, the Katana. Keeley's given us a lot of pedals. They've been super, super cool to us. Just super clean. And then I found this guy, Paul Trombetta, that makes these things. This pedal, that pedal, and I have another one that's not in here, but he just makes like super, super really cool distortion boxes. So this Cush is kind of like a little dirty, but not like super dirty. And then I have like a variety of different distortion boxes, but this Dumbler is kind of like, it's based off like a Dumble sound, like it's kind of like the gold standard of kind of stomp boxes for distortion. A little bit more distortion, a little bit more sustain. And then this pedal I got from Keeley as well. This is kind of like the big fuzz. They call it the dark side. It's pretty cool. That thing's been pretty fun lately. And this bone machine, it's kind of like, this kind of like gives a little bit of a trumpet-like sound, even though it's kind of sending a square wave through. It's got a lot of switches that I don't understand what they do, but. This thing I've been using a lot too. It's a Monterey. It's another Keeley pedal. It's kind of got the like the Jimi Hendrix like old like flange sound. And then there's another Keeley phaser, which is pretty cool too. And then this thing is called the Pog, which is basically an octave pedal. And then this thing we've had for a while too, it's pretty cool. It's a whammy. I don't know how they get it to do that kind of shit, but it works. And then line 6 is a classic old delay. This has got a bunch of really cool settings in it. And then Tremolo by Empress. This thing's pretty cool too. And then this delay is really cool too. It's another Empress delay. It's got some really, I kind of use it more like for the special effects stuff, but it's got like really cool stuff in it. It can get, that one gets a little out of control, but this basically controls like the settings, the instruments that I play. It's got like some other just like a lot of the stereo effects, if you ever hear that or you're gonna come through this. Like fast or slow tremolo, you could tap tempo, all of it. It's got some really, really wide stuff as well. And there's a couple of pedals that I stuffed up in there too that I don't use that much, but it's nice to have. But the one that I use is the Jerry Box Qtron. Whoa. This one I don't use that much, but every once in a while I'll just be like, if I want something to sound really weird. Maybe I'll start using it more. Anyway, so that's basically it. And the last thing that I have is, still have this Roland GR33. This is kind of like one of the original synth modules. that Roland makes. I've tried a bunch of the newer ones, but I still go back to this one because it's got a lot of really cool pads and stuff. So you can't hear it right now because the monitors are not on, but that makes a lot of like kind of the weird, like if you hear any like weird, you know, I have like a patch in there that's a sitar patch, and then some long like low synth bass stuff, and there's a really cool one that I use every once in a while. It's like it sounds like gamelan drums, and that's pretty cool too. So, and then, so that's basically my rig in a nutshell. You know, I think it's simple, but Boogie looks at me every once in a while. He's like, I don't know if it's that simple. And that last thing is I can get my fiddle to go through all of it too. So. So this usually goes direct to the house as well. There you have it, y'all. See you guys real soon.